Hello my friends, David Kessler here and welcome back to the studio. So before we get started with today's video, I've been doing these videos now. This is going to be the last video of 2021. So I've been doing a video a week for 5.5 years on YouTube. Beginning in 2022, based on new obligations that I have and things that are going on, it's not likely that I'm going to be doing a video every week. It'll be at least one a month at the very minimum, and it may continue to be once a week, but it's very doubtful at this point that moving forward into 2022 that I'm going to be doing a video every week. I have other obligations. I'm running out of subject matter. I have another a paid course where I do weekly lessons, and it's hard to separate what goes on YouTube and what goes on in that course. There's a lot of other things that I could teach here, but I do that for the paid course. So anyway, just to let you know that things are going to be different moving forward in 2022. If you have any suggestions for videos upcoming in 2022, please put those in the comments, things that you would want to hear about or want to know about, and that'll help me as I move forward in 2022 to kind of plan some content. So today's video is about style and why beginning artists should not think about a style. So often I hear people say, well, then maybe they've just been painting for a few years and they think, well, I need a style to paint. Well, let's look at what is the definition of a style. Number one is a manner of doing something. Number two, it's a distinctive appearance, typically determined by the principles according to which something is designed. Very good. Design or make in a particular form, blah, blah, blah. So the second one, a distinctive appearance, typically determined by the principles according to which something is designed. That's pretty much what we're talking about in terms of artwork. Now, you cannot impose a particular style on your work. So let's say you wanted to, paint in the style of Franz Kline or Willem de Kooning or Joan Mitchell. Well, you could do that, but what's going to happen and what you're going to find is that you're trying to do something that's not necessarily you. It's not going to be you, and not necessarily the way things will work best for you. When you're superimposing a style on your way of painting, you're not letting the natural you, the heart of you, come through your work. So when you're painting, what you're trying to do is take what's in here that's different for every single person on the planet and put that out into a painting. That's what you're trying to do. And if you're trying to superimpose something that's not you, it's not going to work. Here's what I always tell people. You want the you to come out into your work, but it takes a little bit of time for that to happen. Sometimes it's months, sometimes it's years, but you have to be patient and let it happen. And I know that's hard for people to do. People want instant gratification on everything. But painting is very different, and it takes a long time sometimes for what's in here to get out. And you have to let it out. That's the important thing. That's step number one. You got to let it out. But you really have to look at what you do and how you do it, because you're going to find over a period of time that you have a certain way that you use a brush or a palette knife, how you combine colors, how you develop compositions. All of those things are going to be very individual and going to be different for every person. Now, what I say almost every single video is where you have to start is with the basics of design and composition and color. You have to have that knowledge. You have to have those things up here. And then you begin to implement those in your paintings, and you do it over and over and over and over. And what you'll find eventually is that you'll find, there's certain ways that you like to work. Your compositions, may have something in common. Your color choices may have something in common. The way you use a brush may have something in common in all of the paintings. So when you get down to it and you start looking at your paintings, you think, golly, Pete, it's starting to come out. I'm really starting to do something on my own that looks different from what other people are doing. And that's what you want. You want to let the natural inclinations that you have, coupled with your knowledge of design, composition, and color, work together to create something that's uniquely yours. That's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to paint like me or anybody else. You're trying to paint like you. That's the key. Just be patient. Learn the fundamentals, learn the basics, learn to master those when you're putting those into paintings. That's the first step. That has to be the first step. Because the rest of it's useless if you don't have that to begin the foundation of your painting. Start with that. Start doing a lot of paintings, and then you'll find a common denominator will come through and all that work, and you'll start to say, hey, this is natural. This is working the way it's supposed to, and I'm getting good results. And it's like, wow, this really does, look different than what other people are doing. Bingo. Don't rush it. Don't think about it. The worst thing that you can do is think about a particular style. Just paint with the fundamentals in mind. The rest of it will take care of itself. I promise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.